Good evening, ladies and gents. So tonight's video is all about Project Nirvana, which is coming into Conquerors Blade. This is all about optimization for the game. I am going to run through everything that has been officially posted so far, including the dev stream which they scheduled this morning. There are lots and lots of things here that you are going to want to know about, including new hero weapons and everything like that as well. So then, Project Nirvana, they have released a journal already onto the My Games website, which I'm going to read through first, and then I'm actually going to flash up some screens which I have cropped from the dev stream this morning. And yes, there has been mention about a new hero weapon, there has been mention about TW as well, so I'm going to go into those things a little bit later on, but I'm going to go into everything that has officially been posted first. So Project Nirvana is being headed up by their new optimization team. They seemed very genuine and legit in trying to get stuff sorted out in the game. So far they have released one patch which came about in the latest weekly patch, and they have reduced video memory usage by 1.5 GB in Conqueror City. The average video memory usage on all maps reduced by 1 GB. Lighting, rendering, impact on latency in Conqueror City reduced by 80%, and client size has already been reduced by 10 GB. That is a huge drop in their first patch, and the game does feel like it is running already a little bit better. They are looking at making even more improvements down the road though, and they have given us a roadmap as well, which I will go into in a minute. But so far so good. If they can carry on going this way, I think we are going to be all very happy going forward. So they have looked at all the quality settings, the video memory usage and everything like that, and they have reduced everything by at least 1 GB, if not 1.5 GB. So this reduction in video memory makes sure that your GPU, your graphics card, runs a lot better and more efficiently, and it is rendering stuff that actually it needs to render and not just literally everything in the game. They've also looked at the textures as well, and they have managed to sort out the textures so they can be used at a lower resolution without actually looking too bad, to be honest. So there is a picture which I'm flashing up right now which kind of shows you how they've done it all and everything. I think with the improvements in AI and everything going forward as well, I think they are going to utilize a lot of AI stuff when they are doing all this kind of thing. So I think we are going to see some very big changes and very quickly. So the customizable texture qualities and new settings. So there are new settings in the setting menu which you can actually go into. Players can effortlessly switch between high, medium, low texture settings within the new menu. Texture settings can be found in display options, allowing players to tailor the game's texture quality to their liking. Just bear in mind that actually Conquerors Blade is one of those weird games that actually runs better the higher the quality that you've got. So set your kind of graphic settings to the highest possible thing you can. The really big ones that take effect on the latency, and that is still now to this point as well, is shadows put down to medium, particles put down to low, and volumetric clouds, turn those off. They seem to be having the biggest impact so far. Obviously after all this, it is probably going to reduce that impact, but they are the biggest kind of system hogs at the minute, so just crack those off. You don't really need them, to be honest. You don't know as much anyway. So they have sorted out the lighting optimization in Conqueror City as well. Obviously they are going to be looking at every other map for this as well. The fact that they have already reduced the game client size from 10 GB now down to 39 GB is huge though. So going into the roadmap for Project Nirvana. Now just ignore this top bit here. Unfortunately this participate in this kind of draw thing is only for the Frontier version. We asked the question specifically on stream. My Games apparently are going to be releasing a couple of news articles in the very near future about some stuff which is going to be happening for our side of the game, but right now all of the supporters and stuff, this $20 million worth of kind of stuff they're giving away, is only for the Frontier version. I have tried to get into this. I've tried all different ways trying to get into this. We even asked on the stream. It is not for our version, so unfortunately we can't enter this, but this roadmap is going to be very useful for you to know. So on the 14th of the 9th, which is obviously just gone, they wanted to change the high and medium quality settings. Video memory usage will be significantly reduced, and it's all the bits that they've already done that have already come into the game. The next kind of patch we are going to be expecting for optimization is the 2nd of November. So For recommended system requirements, I will go into these in a bit. On the official website, we guarantee an average frame rate of 60 FPS or higher under high quality 1080p settings with a minimum frame rate 1% low exceeding 45 frames per second, while keeping memory usage below 5 GB and VRAM usage under 4 GB. So what they are doing, for those of you that aren't overly techie, is they are looking at keeping the frame rate at a bare minimum of at least 45, if not a little bit more. So the 1% low is when you are rendering graphics, it will sometimes kind of drop below your average frame rate and everything like that. They are wanting to keep 1% low at 45 though. That is still very, very playable. So what they were saying is, obviously at the minute they are having to render in literally everything. There's using a lot of VRAM, it's using a lot of memory. They want to keep all that low as well, so they're going to be looking at kind of making the game more efficient and optimizing it so it's actually going to be using a little bit less. For minimum system requirements on the official website, we guarantee an average frame rate of over 60 FPS on low quality 1080p settings with a minimum frame rate of 1% low exceeding 45 frames per second, with memory usage below 4.5 gigs and VRAM usage below 3 gigs. So again, whatever quality settings you are playing on, you should see significant improvements coming on the 2nd of the 11th. The internet, they're going to be looking to optimize the network reconnection system to increase reconnection success rate, reduce the peak bandwidth of the connection. With this, they were actually talking about they were going to have a bit of a buffer zone, so if you only disconnect for a few seconds, it will automatically reconnect you and everything like that. Obviously, we're going to have more details about this going forward. Anti-cheating, there is going to be a new system such as visible equipment and other hidden features coming in as well. They didn't actually really mention this too much on the stream, or I missed it if they did, but that's also anything that is anti-cheat is going to be very, very welcome. And then finally, on the 30th of November, for the time being, the recommended system requirements we ensure a minimum frame rate of 60 FPS. They are looking at further reducing down the memory usage and the VRAM usage whilst keeping the FPS rates. Again, exactly the same for the minimum system requirements as well. They are just looking at reducing all that memory usage down. Upload bandwidth below 20 kilobyte per second, download bandwidth below 100 kilobyte per second. So they are just making sure that actually everything is running properly, everything is running optimal, and everything is running efficiently. They seemed very, very genuine on the stream this morning. Both of them said they weren't streamers, so it's a little bit difficult to watch, but they both tried their hardest, which is the main thing. But they did seem very, very genuine in actually wanting to improve the game and making sure it is as playable as possible for kind of everyone. So then, running through these screens very quickly, which I did crop from the Project Nirvana stream this morning. Obviously, they want to take action on design optimizations, the crashes, the freeze reductions, network optimization, client size reduction, art assets optimization, frame rate optimizations. They are going to be doing this through all those roadmap features I've just explained. Already, you can see the stats there. I'm just flashing up now. These are the stats that have already been presented to us in the journal anyway. So some big kind of optimizations already for the game, which is really good to see. What they also said is they want to obviously balance all the classes and units and all the rest of it still as well. So they are going to ensure that announcements and explanations of all major balance changes are going to happen in advance. PTR servers will be open beforehand to let players test the upcoming balance changes and provide feedback for implementation. All major nerfs to units and heroes will have compensation as well of hero skill books, and unit doctrine will have free items to remove doctrines. Respect hero skills as well. So again, going forward, not only are they looking at actually improving the hard runs, all the rest of it off the game, but any kind of balance changes, they are looking to actually look after us as well. Game modes, they also went into a little bit as well. They want everybody to kind of get the same rewards from playing whatever game modes that you want to play. They don't want to be kind of carting you into one certain aspect of the game. They want to have all the events be kind of worthwhile, all the game modes be worthwhile, so however you want to play the game, you'll still be getting the same kind of rewards as well. They kind of went into this a little bit and said they really enjoy making the new events and stuff like that, but they don't want people to feel pressured into actually playing them if you don't want to, which is obviously a very nice thing to see from or about trying to keep the game kind of fair and balanced and enjoyable as well. At the minute, they just went into like all the technical aspects as well of why the game is currently struggling a little bit, because they have developed so much over the years that they have just increased the amount of kind of load of the game as well, far past the point that they kind of ever imagined as well. We were talking about obviously all the units are running around, all the projectiles. Each individual projectile is actually kind of like physics based and everything as well, which is obviously very CPU dependent. The video memory load is just very high because of all the different effects, the attires, the units, all this kind of range stuff as well. The weather as well is a huge one at the minute. They are just looking at just optimizing literally everything at this point, but it's good to see that they have taken all of this into account. They are looking at making sure all this gets kind of sorted out, which is very good. They are going to be getting, or they're going to be changing the way they actually collect data about crashes as well. So they are going to have an automated collection from the crash dump handler. They are also going to have manual reports from players. One thing I would say is if you crash, then let them know as much information as you can, because they are going to be then trying to take all the data from the collected crashes and try and pinpoint the reasons why, so they can obviously then fix it. Their first goal is significant reduction in crashes, and then they're going to prioritize last second freezes, crashes and ranked matches as well. So they're going to be looking at all players, doesn't matter kind of what game mode you are playing. They want to improve the network as well by minimizing the data transfer to ensure a smoother gaming, especially for those of you which do not have as quick an internet, improving reconnection experience, and then enhancing the game's stability and reducing the number of latency issues anyway. So the last kind of couple of pictures, but I'm not going to go on into them anyways because we've already done that in the roadmap, is the fact that actually they are going to be making sure that the frame rate is kept to a certain point for both high and low settings as well. So all in all, I think a very good and welcome kind of stream from the devs. Hopefully they will do more going forward as well. A lot of people did ask them for it. Hopefully they will do some more journals as well, so actual written material about what we are going to be expecting. We did ask the question, we are expecting more news from the My Games side as well, but obviously My Games booming, they are all going to be kind of working together to try and optimize stuff as best as it can be. There was mention of a new hero weapon class. They said they are not ready to announce that officially yet, but they did let us slip a little bit that that news may be coming in the next couple of weeks. They also announced that didn't announce because they said they didn't want to, and they didn't have all the information yet, but they did kind of announce territory war is being looked at. It is going to be kind of changing as well for the better. No real details of how or when, but they said, and they actually went into it for a couple of minutes, that they're not ready to officially announce anything, but they are and already considering changes to the territory war system, which again, that's going to be announced at some point in the near future. So just keep an eye on either the booming side of things or the My Games side of things, their patch notes and all the news articles that come out. So obviously the sooner that they release stuff the better, because it is going to pipe the interest back up in the game again. I think we are at a fairly stable kind of place with the player base at the minute, but a lot of the issues with the game now, looking through their Steam reviews and everything like that, is actually the optimization issues rather than the balance issues of heroes and units and stuff. A lot of people are kind of being put off the game by the optimization of the game rather than actually what's in the game. So again, they are putting in a lot of effort. They've built a brand new team for this. I think they are going to go whole hog on this until they get it right, which is a very good thing to see. Any feedback that you want to give, go on to the Booming Games side of things, go on to their Discord server. They have a Project Nirvana channel set up specifically for any questions, any feedback, anything that you want to add that is constructive, put it in that channel there. My Games, I don't believe are going to be having a Project Nirvana channel, so what I would say is just go to the Booming side of things on their Discord and just put all the info in there anyway, so they can kind of collate it from there. It'll be a little bit easier for them. I'm going to leave the video here. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. Hopefully this has spurred your interest back up in the game as well, what the developments currently are. Obviously anything new going forward, I will put another video out. We'll try and keep an eye open for any further additional dev streams as well, and journals coming out about Project Nirvana. I'm personally very interested in how they can go about and change everything and make things better. I'm sure some of you are as well. But thank you very much for watching. I'm going to leave the video there. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, all that lovely fan doing the test and stuff, and I hope to catch you out on Battlefield.